10 common problems before you can more mature. Number 10. You don't know what you want to do with your life. Are you still unsure of what career path you want to take? Maybe you think you want to be a doctor because that's what your parents want for you, but you're unsure if you want to dedicate 7 years of your life to becoming one. Perhaps you've always been good at math and science, so engineering seems like a logical choice. But then again, you've also been told that engineers make really good salaries, and so you start to wonder whether it's all about the money. If you're not sure what you want to do, how are you supposed to figure out where to go to college or university? What if you end up choosing the wrong field and waste 3 to 6 years of your life? The truth is, even if you have no idea what you want to do, you'll eventually find something that interests you enough to pursue. College campuses have lots of resources to help students choose a major, and many colleges allow students to take classes in multiple subjects before deciding on one. Even if you do end up switching majors, it doesn't mean you wasted your time. The classes you took in your first degree can often count towards your second one. You may just need to take a couple extra classes depending on what you want to switch to. 9. Exams and schoolwork. Have you ever had a teacher who gave you an insane amount of homework or made your class feel like a competition by putting you in groups and assigning each group a certain number of points? Most schools seem to expect their students to study nonstop from the moment they get home until the moment they go back to school the next day. Not only do you have homework from every class you take, but you also have to review for quizzes, tests, and exams. There's always some kind of project due tomorrow, like making a presentation about the French Revolution or doing an experiment in science class. It can feel like there's too much to do, which makes you panic and rush to finish your assignments. Some people might say this is a good thing because it teaches kids to learn how to manage their time wisely. However, there's such a thing as too much homework. In fact, studies show that having too much homework can be bad for students' physical and mental health. A research study conducted by Duke University found that increased homework was associated with elevated levels of depression and suicidal ideation among high school students. This goes to show that having too much schoolwork isn't a good thing at all. Number 8. Arguing with your parents or other adults in your life. Have you ever come home from school and had your mother tell you to clean your room? Maybe she told you to do it earlier in the week, but you didn't have time and completely forgot. So when she tells you again, you get upset and argue with her because you think it's unfair. Then she starts telling you why you should listen to her, and you keep insisting that it's not fair. Before you know it, both of you are yelling at each other and you don't know how to stop. Arguments like these happen all the time between kids and parents. Sometimes it feels like your parents are always trying to control what you do. They tell you when to go to bed, when to wake up, what you should eat, what grades you should get, and what you can and can't do with your friends. On top of that, they set rules in your house and punish you when you break them. It can make you feel like you have no freedom at all. However, parents argue with their kids for a reason. It's because they love you and want you to grow up into a happy and healthy adult. Although you probably don't see eye to eye right now, you'll understand why they did what they did when you grow up and have kids of your own. 7. Heartbreak. Have you ever fallen in love with someone? Maybe you've been crushing on someone for a long time, but didn't have the courage to tell them. Finally, you worked up the courage to talk to them, but your feelings ended up going away. That's okay. It happens to the best of us. The first time you experience heartbreak is one of the most painful things you'll ever go through. It hurts so much that it can affect your eating, sleeping, and work habits. Your thoughts constantly drift to the person who broke your heart, and you feel like you'll never be able to move on. It can feel like there's a hole in your chest that won't stop aching. The worst part is everyone treats you like you're being overdramatic. Your friends try to cheer you up, but they keep failing. Your teachers tell you to snap out of it, but you can't control how you feel. Your parents ask you why you haven't let it go yet. It can feel like the whole world is against you, which makes you feel like you'll never be happy again. But the pain will eventually go away, and you'll be able to look back at the experience and laugh. 6. Identity crisis. Have you ever looked at someone and thought, "Who am I?" If you answered yes, you're not alone. Many teenagers experience identity crises. It is normal to question who you are and where you fit in when you're going through puberty. You go through so many changes during this period, from your physical appearance to the way you think. It can feel like you're a completely different person from who you were just a year ago. When you start questioning everything about yourself, you might start to feel unsure of who you want to be. You might start looking at other people and copying their style or personality traits. You might also start trying new things like playing a musical instrument or taking up a sport. Trying new things is a great way to discover your interests and hobbies, but don't copy other people's personalities. If you want to develop a unique sense of style, go for it. But don't do it just because you think it'll make you popular. No. 5. Low self-esteem. Do you constantly compare yourself to models on social media? How do you feel after you do? If you're like most people, you probably feel bad about yourself. Comparing yourself to other people is a surefire way to reduce your self-esteem. Everyone has different body types and appearances. For example, some people have big eyes, while others have small eyes. Some people have double eyelids, while others have monolids. Some people have light skin, while others have darker skin. Some people are tall, while others are short. There's no one ideal look, and although you might not think it, you're beautiful just the way you are. Don't believe us? Take a look at this quote by the author and poet Maya Angelou. I've learned that people will forget what you say, people will forget what you do, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Being confident in who you are is one of the best feelings you can ever have. So focus on improving yourself instead of comparing yourself to other people. 4. Social media pressure. Does it feel like everyone in your school is on Instagram? It's no secret that social media can be toxic. It's full of jealousy, hate speech, cyberbullying, and unrealistic beauty standards. It can feel like the entire world is judging you and your life. Just take a look at the latest TikTok trend. One minute everyone's doing the renegade and the next minute it's the slap. Even though you might think that doing the latest trends will make you popular, it'll only make you feel embarrassed and humiliated. Instead of worrying about what other people think, focus on being true to yourself. Be kind to others and they'll be kind to you. We promise. No. 3. Anxiety and depression. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, anxiety and depression are the most common mental illnesses in the U.S. Anxiety has affected 19% of American adults, and 8% of American adults have experienced depression. Although anxiety and depression can affect anyone, it's especially common in teenagers. This is because teenagers go through so many changes during puberty. Their brains are developing rapidly, which can make them feel overwhelmed and stressed out. On top of that, they're under a lot of pressure to succeed in school and extracurricular activities. They're also under pressure to look a certain way. This can be especially difficult for those who don't fit in with the typical beauty standard. Feeling sad and anxious is normal from time to time, but if it's constant and interferes with your daily life, you should speak to a trusted adult about it. 2. Money problems. Have you ever run out of money before your allowance came in? Maybe you bought a snack at school and forgot to bring money. Then when you got home, you asked your parents for some, but they told you that you should have brought money from school. Next time, you started bringing lunch to school because you didn't want to ask your parents for money again. However, you ended up spending all of your money on soda and snacks from the vending machine. Running out of money can put a damper on any plans you have. It can make you feel helpless, hopeless, and stressed out. This is especially true if you're trying to save up for something expensive like a car or a new phone. When money is tight, it can feel like there's no end to your problems. However, the solution is simple. Just learn how to budget your money. Create a plan for how you'll spend your money each month and stick to it. If you have any extra money left over, you can use it to buy things that aren't necessities. 1. Peer pressure. Have you ever been invited to a party where alcohol would be present? Maybe your friend told you that you should come even though you don't drink. He said there wouldn't be any trouble. But once you got there, you saw that it was a totally different story. You felt like you couldn't leave without seeming like a killjoy. It can be hard to say no to your friends, especially if they're pressuring you to do something you're uncomfortable with. This is known as peer pressure, and it's one of the biggest problems teenagers face today. Peer pressure can cause kids to make poor decisions. It can lead to substance abuse, risky sexual behavior, criminal activity, and other harmful behaviors. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you feel pressured to do something you don't want to do, remember that it's okay to say no. If your friends are true friends, they'll respect your decision. And now for a special bonus item, lack of goals. Do you know what you want to achieve in life? Why? If you don't have any goals, it can be hard to stay motivated. It can feel like there's no point in doing anything if you don't have a plan. However, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. Not having any goals means you have the freedom to explore your options and try new things. It gives you the chance to figure out what you like and dislike, what you're good at and bad at, and what you want to do with your life. It's an opportunity to learn and grow as a person. It's important to remember that everyone's journey is different. Some people know exactly what they want to do with their lives from a young age. Others take a few detours before finding their passion. There's no right or wrong way to get to where you want to be. All that matters is that you're happy with what you're doing. What are some other common problems that people face before they mature? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like for more videos like this. And as always, thanks for watching.